Hussein Ali can't afford to retire. He worked all his life at a local hospital and now collects used items to sell on the street. But no one buys anything these days.
The
market here is dead. There's nothing to sell. It's been almost a month now since I have sold anything.
That's a reflection of Iraq's declining economy, which has been made worse by months of protest in Baghdad and the southern provinces and increased tension between the United States and Iran. But there's also a caretaker government which doesn't even have the power to pass the budget.
We have issues with the budget, security, economy. We have plenty of complicated issues. All that needs a strong government and a strong state.
The uncertainty makes people want to spend less, and that's bad news for daily earners like BAKIR and his helper. He's already quit his job as a taxi driver because of traffic jams and security issues. Now he's struggling to sell vegetables.
The problem is that nothing has changed. It has gone from bad to worse. Life is becoming harder every day. Go and see the shops. All will say, we do not have work. Everyone is suffering. All are suffering.
Analysts say any embargo on trade and energy from Iran will add to the suffering of the people. The unilateral sanctions imposed in the 1990s only ended up creating hunger and deprivation among Iraqis.
The US president's warning of sanctioning Iraq if it goes ahead with plans to force out US troops, coupled with additional sanctions on Iran, has business owners concerned. In 2015, the United States temporarily suspended Iraqi central bank's account in New York because of concerns that the money was going to Iran.
In February, a special provision which allows Iraq to circumvent US sanctions on Iran will expire. Almost a third of Iraq's power supply is imported from Iran as electricity and gas. Iran is also a major trade partner with more than $30 billion worth of imports every year. But Iraq's government is optimistic about its relationship with the US and says Washington cannot afford to sever Baghdad.
Iraq has strong relations with the US government on financial, political, economic and military levels. I don't think the US will risk those. The US cannot lose Iraq. The budget for 2020 came with high rate of deficit, but after intervention by the PM himself, the deficit was lowered down to less than $20 billion.
But for almost 40 million Iraqis, the claims of reforms with no concrete actions yet taken do not bring relief or any certainty. Hussein Ali has heard it all before, promises of improvement made and broken for decades. Osama bin Javaid, Al Jazeera, Baghdad.